This is for my algebra students for today's lesson, which is, I believe, 5.5. We need to express each statement using an inequality involving absolute value. So I'm going to give you two examples. Example 1. A recent survey showed that 65% of young adults watched online video clips. The margin of error was within 3 percentage points. First, in order to do this, think, what is the range of the young adults who use video sharing sites? So here is your 65%, and it's within 3 percentage points. So it could go up 3 in that direction, or it can go 3 in the other direction. So this would be at 68. And on the other side, this would be at 62. So 62 plus 3 gives me 65. 65 plus 3 gives me 68. So the range is from 62 to 68. Now, go back to yesterday's lesson and turn that into an absolute value. So it would be the absolute value of x minus 65. That's your middle number. And it's going to be a less than or equal to, because it's an and statement. We want all the numbers from here to here. The range could be in between. So that's the and sign. And then you want to have that less than or equal to 3, which is your distance on either side within the margin of error. And if you were to solve this problem, which you did yesterday, you would set it up two ways. X minus 65 is less than or equal to 3. Well, actually, we learned this today. And then x minus 65 is greater than or equal to negative 3. So when you solve it, you get x is less than or equal to 68, and x is greater than or equal to 62. And if you were to plot this on the number line, here's 62, here's 68. These are all the values starting at 68 going to the left, less than or equal to. Here are all the values from 62 going to the right. And an and statement means what they share in common. They share from 62 to 68, which is what we did here. Second problem, very similar. So it should say melting pot, but I spelled it wrong. The melting pot of ice is 0 degrees Celsius. During a chemistry experiment, Jill observed that the melting was within 2 degrees of this measurement. I also misspelled, but anyway, you get the idea. So let's figure out what's the range of temperatures. So if 0 is your number that we start with, and 2 degrees within is what we can go up or we can go down. So this would be negative 2 plus 2 gets us to 0 plus 2 gets us to 2. So we're looking at a range from negative 2 all the way to positive 2. And again, we set up our absolute value such that x, and this is the center, minus 0, is less than or equal to, because it's an and statement. We know it's and because you're shading in between. And that number goes here, 2. And if you solve it the same way. We set it up 2 times. So the first time is x minus 0 is less than or equal to 2, and x minus 0 is greater than or equal to negative 2. So we switch the sign and make it negative. Now, if you solve this, you get x is less than or equal to 2, and x is greater than or equal to negative 2. And if we plot that on the number line, here's negative 2, and here's positive 2. Here, I want all the x values that are greater than negative 2. Here, I want all the x values less than or equal to negative 2. And means what do they have in common? They share this in common. So you're going to bring it down and go from -2 to +2. And that's what we had here. I hope this helps. Let me know if you need more help by emailing me.